Today's question is all about setting proper goals in order for us to live a successful life. So let us begin the video for today. Om Shanti, I'm Garrett, yogi, life coach as well as spiritual enthusiast. So a lot of my works in this channel is to actually spread love, light and positive message out to the world. So if you resonate with some of my contents, please show some love, hit like, subscribe and comment your learnings in the comment section below to help reaffirm your learnings as well as to help others that are about to watch this video. Okay, so today's topic is actually asked from a person that is all about success and how do we actually set proper goals. Pretty short question, but it's actually not very detailed and in specific of the question. It goes like this: Hi Garrett, please make a video to explain about goals and how do I set proper goals in life which will lead me to success. So it's still quite broad. This question is very broad. Thank you, kind regards, user 173640. Okay, so let's talk about this definition of setting proper goals in order to get success in life. Okay, so it's gonna be a long video if I were to make talk about success, because success is actually, many people have different definitions of success. Okay, so if this video is too long, I'll probably need to break it down into 1 or 2 parts, okay, or 3 parts maybe. Okay, but let's see how we go, okay, in this video. So you may have actually played soccer before in life, and or at least seen it, right? So if you play soccer, there's actually two goal posts and also 2 teams, right? So when you're trying to kick the ball and into the enemy's goal, that's the most important intent of soccer, right? Now, from a match of soccer, right, if you were to sort of remove the goals, you will most likely find that the match would no longer be interesting, right? Okay, so similarly in the game of life, this is what it is. So what are the goals that you have defined for yourself? If you do not have a goal, would your life be interesting? Okay, or are you just simply playing the game of life without any form of goals? So a young driver, I like to use this analogy. Usually this analogy works a lot. Okay, a young driver stopped at the roadside and simply asked an elderly passerby, "Sir, can you tell me where does this road leads me to?" So the elderly man asked, "Do you have a destination to go to? Because this road can take you to many places." So he responded, "Nowhere in particular." So the elderly man said, "Then why bother asking? Just move along. Because it doesn't matter anyway." So similarly, many people actually go through life, right, without any definite goals. However, a purposeful life is one that we not only have goals, but they are actually proper goals. Okay, so proper goals can be defined when we understand the meaning of true success. How do we define success then? Okay, so according to the Oxford Dictionary, success is the attainment of fame, wealth or status. Second, it actually defines success as the achievement of an aim or purpose. Now, ask yourself, does this definition help you in any way? You're just understanding the meaning of success. It also does not help you to understand how to define success for our life. So, let's Google it then, since they say Google have answers for everything, right? So upon Googling, right, I've actually found several definitions from there. Firstly, Deepak Chopra, the famous writer and wellness coach, states that success in life could be defined as the continued expansion of happiness and the progressive realization of worthy goals. So it's very very good one. Self-help writer Stephen Covey, actually he looked on success on a deeply individual and said this: if you carefully consider what you want to be said of you in the funeral experience, you will find your definition of success. So this is another quote from another person. Sir Winston Churchill stated, "Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." So all of these beautiful quotes may give you the different definition of success. Billionaire Sir Richard Branson states that the more you are actively and practically engaged, the more successful you will feel. Okay, now that is all okay, right? So it all has its own separate meanings of success. However, none of these seem to actually capture the entire human spirit. Okay, perhaps let's rethink success to go down to the most simplest understanding. Firstly, to be good. Secondly, to do good. Thirdly, to feel good. That's the most simplest understanding. The first part, to try and be the best that we can be. Why so? So, this aspiration is within all of us. So intrinsically, right, we all love divine qualities. No matter how bad somebody may be, they still want good behaviors from other people. Do you realize that? Okay? If a thief were to sort of rob a house and manage to loot quite a fair bit of stolen goods, right? He goes to sleep in his house. He brought all the stolen goods back and he goes to sleep in the house. And in the next moment, another thief were to break into his house and stole all his loot and some of his belongings as well, right? The next day, the first thief, right, will probably be devastated when he wakes up in the next morning, right? So, in other words, right, no matter how one behaves for oneself, from others they always expect kindness, justice, truthfulness, right? So even in a gang of dacoits, right, if a gang member lies to the head, the chief would get annoyed. You told me a lie. So there's a saying called honesty amongst thieves. That is how it comes along, okay? So the head bandit expects honest behaviors from others when they themselves are not honest to begin with. So from others, we always expect justice, kindness, truthfulness, and so on. Why? Because these are the qualities of God Himself and the soul, which is the intrinsic nature of us, residing in this body, as we are just the little parts, and therefore we naturally love divine qualities. Okay? So that desire to be the best that we can be doesn't need to be inculcated in anyone. It's the intrinsic urge of the soul itself. That is when the first part of the definition of success, to be good, is actually covered. However, success has two more parts to it. To do good as well as to feel good, right? So we must understand the work behind these two as well, so that we can get clarity about the goal of our life and then strive for it. So let's go further a little bit on to actually do good. So we understand to do good is actually act of charity and acts of kindness, right? So we all always expect to be treated nice, to be treated good, okay? Those are just on the bare minimum understanding of giving back to society, to be good to others, to be good to ourselves as well, right? But when we feel that when we actually want to do good, we want to actually contribute to the world in a more positive energy out to the world, we need to first understand doing good itself has to be every aspect of our karma. Every aspect of our action needs to do good. The words that we speak has to come from the most authentic place, filled with love, joy, and positivity. Okay. To do good also needs to be action. Okay, whatever action that we do, be it work, be it sports, or be it any aspects in our relationships, we need to be honest as well. When we do something, okay, when we actually do acts of charity, it is actually simply doing kindness, doing and spreading more of this positive note to other persons. Okay, simply speaking nicely to somebody, and also simply sharing certain stuff of what we have. Contribution, charity is also something good that we can give back to the world. or even devoting time to help others is also called doing good. So these are just the most baseline understanding of doing good. Okay, sacrificing, austerities, all of these are parts of doing good. Okay, then about the part of feeling good. So we all want to feel good, right? But feeling good itself needs to come from the place whereby we ourselves are healthy to begin with, right? We ourselves have the time to enjoy what we have earned from wealth, right? So to have to feel good, firstly, the body, the vessel, the engine has to feel good, has to be strong. That means that we have to have a very healthy mindset. Secondly, we have to ensure that the body is fit and has the capacity to drive us to do the necessary actions, right? So this is feeling good. Of course, we can enjoy immediate happiness. However, usually immediate happiness will not give you the best outcome in life. Say for instance, if you were to enjoy eating chocolates, it will lead to an addiction of eating chocolates. One day you eat one piece of chocolate, the next day you will be wanting 2 pieces. Subsequently, you will build on and end up. So that is what we call the baseline understanding of immediate happiness. However, if we reject immediate happiness, we want to gain knowledge. Say for instance, we know that chocolate is gonna be bad if we eat it daily, right? We want good fitness. Therefore, we reject chocolates. Instead, we practice yoga, we practice exercising, we practice healthy eating. So that would give us long-term happiness, which would mean longevity of the health, and also would provide us with the good immune system so that we can fend off against diseases and illnesses, right? With good mindset, it helps us tackle our tasks, because when we are not affected emotionally, emotions are always low, which means that intelligence is always all-time high. When emotions are high, intelligence is low. That would mean that we do not react in life so much. We would respond with well-thought-out choices in life. That is the essential part of feeling good. Okay? So we must understand that when we actually come from this understanding of success, to be good, to do good, and to feel good, then that is where we can ultimately reach the type of success that everyone should aim for, and not just fame, wealth, and success, status. All of this is actually quite very preliminary, very tip of the iceberg. Okay, so we just need to understand how can we attain this success by setting our goals towards reaching all of this. Okay, and if we would also lead a very successful life in the future, and that is what we get true happiness from, not just fame, wealth, and status. Okay, hope you learned something from this video, and if you do, please make sure to share your learnings in the comment section. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe as well, and if you can, support me on Patreon. That would be very much appreciated, so that you will help me produce better content in the future. Okay, so with that, I'm ending this video off. Om Shanti.